and thus one engages in many different types of pious and impious actions. This is what constitutes material bondage. Now I shall disentangle myself from my material bondage, which has been caused by the Supreme Personality of Godhead's illusory energy in the form of a woman. Being a most fallen soul, I was victimized by the illusory energy and have become like a dancing dog, led up and free myself from this illusion. I shall become a merciful, well-wishing friend to all living entities and always absorb myself in Krishna consciousness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This should be the standard of determination for all Krishna conscious persons. A Krishna conscious person should free himself from the clutches of Maya, and he should also be compassionate to all others suffering in those clutches. The activities of the Krishna consciousness movement are meant not only for oneself, but for others also. This is the perfection of Krishna consciousness. One who is interested in his own salvation is not as advanced in Krishna consciousness as one who feels compassion for others and who therefore propagates the Krishna consciousness movement. Such an advanced devotee will never fall down, for Krishna will give him special protection. That is the sum and substance of the Krishna consciousness movement. Each one is like a play toy in the hands of the illusory energy and is acting as he moves him. One should come to Krishna consciousness to release oneself and also to release others. Vimucyatam imam bandham avidya kama karmajam sarvabhuta srutsanto maitra karuna atmaman mochai grastam atmanam joshin mayatma maya vikrito jaivadham kidam rugo ivadham. This is the statements of Ajamila after he was set free by the Vishnu-dutas from the clutches of the Jamadutas. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, chapter 2, text 36-37. This is Ajamila Upakhyan, the story of Ajamila. This is a very nice story. Upakhyan, we say in Sanskrit. You should be acquainted with the Sanskrit words. You follow me? Because I may utter so many Sanskrit words. So you should be acquainted with Srimad Bhagavatam in Sanskrit, and you should try to learn the Sanskrit. Then actually you can taste the nectar in it. This is very nectarian, Amrit. Sagami Kalpataru, Vedic literatures or Vedas like a desert tree Kalpataru. Nigama Kalpataru, it is stated, it's desert tree. And it's very, very sweet. It's very, very sweet. Rasala pholo. It is the ripened fruit and very sweet. In this material world, we have so many sweet fruits, but in that fruit you'll find some skin is there, some seed is there. But this fruit contains no seed, no skin, only sweet, and only rasa. Wherever you taste, you'll find sweet. Nothing else is there. This is the ripened fruit, very, very sweet and ripened fruit of Vedic literature, Vedic tree, the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, I request you that you should learn Sanskrit. Then you can taste its sweetness. How Sukadeva Goswami has said, and how Parikshit Maharaja tested it. This is their mercy. Mercy of Sukadeva Goswami, mercy of Parikshit Maharaj, that this nectarian Amrit, the sweetest fruit, Rasa Phala, a Vedic tree, has come to us. So we must take advantage of it. We must test it. Nigamakalpataragalitam phalam sukha mukhatamrita drava sanjutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam ura rasika bhuvibhavukaha. This Bhagavata, Srimad Bhagavatam, Rasala flow is very, very sweet. And we invite all the devotees, Rasiko Bhakto, those who have developed taste in it, to come and test it always, muhur, always. Come and test. We invite. Srimad Bhagavatam is such a scripture which is the essence of all Vedic literature. That is the last contribution of Srila Vyasdev. চারি বেদ উপনিষদে যত কিছু হয় তার অর্থ লইয়া ব্যাস করিল সঞ্চয়. Vyasdev compiled this Bhagavad Mahapurana, Srimad Bhagavatam, that at the instruction of his spiritual master Srila, I am saying, Narada Muni, and here, what are there? That means all Vedic literatures previously, prior to that, he had compiled all Vedic literatures, Vedas, Upanishads, Samhitas, Brahma Sutra, all these things he had compiled. So he took all the essence, all those literatures, and compiled Srimad Bhagavatam. Chari Veda tadhi Bhagavatam navanito makhilena suke khailena parichita. 4 Vedas will be compared to Jogrut, having shown it, this Navanita, the essence, makhan, butter that comes out. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami did this, shouldn't it? And that Navanita that came out, Parikshit Maharaj tested it. Now it has come to us, so we must test it. And the proof given in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is the spotless proof, Vedic proof, spotless proof. Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also has stated that thing. He has given his opinion. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur matamidam Srimad Bhagavatam pramanamamalam prema pumartha maha Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur matamidam tatradara napara. That is stated. Mahaprabhu has given this statement. He has given his opinion. The proof of Srimad Bhagavatam is Amala Pramana, Visuddha Pramana, spotless proof. We must accept it. So, here in Srimad Bhagavatam, this Ajamila story of Ajamila is given. Very, very sinful person. He has committed so much sin, innumerable sin, but he was delivered. How he was delivered? Such a sinful person that is given here. Statement. Sukadeva Goswami narrates that story before Parikshit Maharaj. Here in Ajamila Charitra, you'll find the glorification of the name, the importance of chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is given here. Now, when he was free, he was set free by the clutches of the Vishnu Dutas. Then he gives this statement. He gives this statement. Now he expresses his determination. Because of identifying oneself with the body, one is subjected to desires of sense gratification, and thus one engages in many different types of pious and impious actions. Now he could realize this thing. He could understand this thing. Now he is saying this thing. Previously he couldn't understand. Previously he couldn't realize this thing. He was too much attached to this body. Dehatma buddhi. Dehatma buddhi means thinking this body, this self. Material body, this self. Those who are engrossed in sinful activities, those who are engrossed in avidya, ignorance, they think this body to be the self. They identify themselves with the body. They cannot understand this thing. They cannot realize their own self, the true identification. Jiver Swarupa hoy Krishnir Nitya Das. That is the true identification of the Jiva. We are eternal servants of Krishna. We are not this body. This first lesson has been taught by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. This is the first lesson in the spiritual teachings. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is also stated, those who think this body, this self, in what category they belong to. Jasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke sodhi kolatradisu bhaumedyadhi jatirtha buddhi salile kariti janesu abhignesu saeva gokhara. That Srimad Bhagavatam also states. He cannot be considered as a human being. One who thinks this body, this self. Jasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke. What is this body? This is a kunapa. Kunapa means a sack, a bag. It contains what? What does it contain? Tridhatu. Tridhatu, bato, pito, kapho. Tridhatu, bato, pito, kapho. This contains. It is filled with this. This is known as kunapa. Jasyatma buddhi kunapi tridhatu. Sodhi kalatradisu bhumijyadhi. What do they think? They think this kunapa, this body, this soul, and sodhi kalatradisu bhumijyadhi. Those who are related to this body. Kalatra means wife and sons and daughters, relatives. Those are related to this body. They are mine more. Those are not related, they are others. Sodhi kalatradisu bhumijyadhi. Another thing is bhumijyadhi. The body is born. The land in which the body is born, that is known as Janmabhumi, birthplace. That is Ijjadhi, that is worshipped. He says. He never says the most worshipable deity is Lord Krishna. Sarvaradhya Sarvapujya. The most worshipable, Sarvaradhya Sarvapujya, Lord Krishna, Lord Jagannath. He never says. This land in which this body is born, birthplace, that is such an ignorant fool. Sodhi kalatradisu bhumijyadhi jatirtha buddhi salile kariti janesu abhignesu saeva gokhara. Tirtha buddhi salile. He goes to visit these holy places, tirthasthan, places of pilgrimage, just to take bath in this holy river and wash off his sinful activities. He thinks that is enough. Salile tirtha buddhi. But why the place is called tirtha? If this will be so, if all sinful persons will go to that tirthasthan, place of pilgrimage, thus, and wash up their sins there, what will happen? The sins will be accumulating, and like big mountain. So all will be filled with sins. Now how can it be called a tirthasthan? A place of pilgrimage? Why the place has been called tirtha? How has it been? How has it become a tirtha? It doesn't. Tirthi kuruvanti tirthani. That means sadhus are there. Pure devotees are there. Those who are always engaged in chanting the holy name. And preaching this Krishna consciousness, the message of Krishna. They are always engaged in the loving, transcendental, loving service of the Lord. Therefore, the place has become tirtha. But such ignorant fool, such person who thinks this body to be self, Dhyatma Buddhi, was developed this Dhyatma Buddhi, he never goes. He never approaches such a sadhu, devotee. He never takes advantage of his association, which is really beneficial. He never does. Such a person is called. He cannot be called a human being. Saeva gokhara. Janesu abhignesu saeva gokhara. He is categorized among go means cow, khara means garbhava, ash. He is under the category of cows and ass. He cannot be called a human being. Such a thing. How can he understand? So, how can he realize? He is in ignorance. When, by the mercy of a pure devotee, mercy of Krishna, will identify this thing. You will realize that it is not the body, is the spirit soul. As now, this sinful person, Adamila, could realize, then he can know. Otherwise, not possible. Adamila, how could he do it? How could he achieve such a state? This Adamila. Adamila was Brahmin. He was born in a Brahminic family, and his father was a learned Brahmin Pandit. He was studying Veda in his boyhood days. He was also associating with some sadhus. He had done some pious activities. But this material nature, this Maya Shakti is so strong. Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, Daivihesa gunamayi mama maya duratteya. Daivihesa gunamayi mama maya duratteya. This illusory energy, which is known as inferior energy of the Lord, Bahiranga Shakti also, external energy. It is very, very wonderful, though it is inferior. Mama maya duratteya. The conditioned soul cannot overcome it. He is always cut up by the snares of Maya. Prakruting mohining srita. That Maya Shakti, illusory energy, always enchanting. And the ignorant person, those who have developed this, they have buddhi, those who have forgotten their true self, forgotten Krishna, they are always attracted towards this illusory energy, and they are cut up in its snare. Here. So, illusory energy, Maya Shakti's work is that it will make you forget your true nature. Maya has two works. In two ways it works. Miyate onoya iti Maya. Prakhepatmika kriya, avarnatmika kriya. Maya has two activities. Prakhepatmika kriya, avarnatmika kriya. Avarnatmika kriya, it covers up. It covers up the true self, true identity. That I am spirit soul, it's covered. It covers up. And second, prakhepatmika kriya, it will never allow you to go to Krishna, approach Krishna. It will create all sorts of hindrance. If you try to approach Krishna, go to Krishna, then Maya will create so much hindrance. It will never allow. It's two activities of Maya. So, one cannot understand. When one will get himself free from clutches of Maya, in other words, when one will be liberated, Mukta Jiva, then he can understand. Now he understood. Adamila now understood, now he says, he speaks out. Previously he couldn't understand because he was in the clutches of Maya. By the grace of those Vishnu Dutas, he was released. Now he is mukta, he is liberated now from the clutches of Maya. Then he could understand how such a sinful person. He was a Brahmin, he was studying Vedas, he was doing some pious activities, but he was attracted towards a prostitute. That now, yes, he is just saying that thing. I was victimized by the illusory energy and have become like a dancing dog led around by woman's hand. You understand? In Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, there is Kapila Devahuti Samvada. Kapila Dev says, to his mother Devahuti, he has also said, Pasyame Balamaya Srimajya Jaino Disan Jakaroti Padakrantam Bhuvizrumhena Kevalam. Kapila Dev says, Mother, you see the strength And the power of my illusory energy Maya in the form of a woman. Srimadja, Sri means woman. Pasyame balam maya Srimadja Jaino Disa. You see, humans are the instruments of Maya. For the part of a man, and the part of a man, woman is Maya. And the part of a woman, man is also Maya. Because man is attracted towards woman and woman is also attracted towards Maya. Man. Kapaladev says, Pasyame balam maya Srimadja Jaino Disam. Jakaroti Bhuvikran Parakrantam Bhuvi Srumena Kevalam. How powerful is it? See. You just see her power. The man may be very, very powerful. Parakranto is a very powerful person, a powerful king, like Alexander the Great. He may be very powerful. But if he looks at the face of a woman, just one glance, with one glance, he'll make him down. He'll be attracted. He'll come under her clutches. Such power. Couple of things. Pasyame balamaya Srimadja Jaino Disam Jakaroti Bhuvi Parakrantum Bhuvijum. With one glance. So it is instruction is there. Don't look at the face of a woman. By the glance, you'll attack. They'll make you trap. They'll make you entrap. When you're dealing with a woman, be cautious. Be careful. Don't look at their face. And be careful. If you have any business with a woman, you are going out to preach to some houses, you also meet. Here in your Western world, there is no hindrance and the free mixing of men and women. In India, we have restrictions. No such free mixing. But here, free mixing. So danger is there. Maya is very powerful here. Maya is very powerful. You are all entrapped by Maya. You don't know that you have been entrapped. It's very powerful. So here it is taught. The instruction is take lessons. We should be very, very careful. Dealing with women, don't look at the face of a woman. Don't have so much engagement. If you have any business, you finish that business very quickly, as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Don't linger. You'll be attracted. She'll entrap you. Don't look at her face. Always look down. Just have some few words. I'll say in this connection, in the story of Lord Ramchandra, Lakshmana, Sita. See, Lord Ram went to forest. Sita Devi also accompanied, and his younger brother Lakshmana also accompanied. In the forest, Sita Devi was kidnapped by Ravana. When the Lord Ramchandra and Lakshmana were out. When Ramchandra came, Lord Ramchandra came, found no Sita, he lamented. Then at last, they found out some ornaments, the necklace of Sita Devi. So, Lord Ramchandra showed it to Lakshmana. Lakshmana, you see whether this is the ornament necklace of Sita Devi? Lakshmana said, no, I cannot say. I never looked at the face. I never look at, only I look at the feet. I've never looked up. How can I say this is the ornament, the necklace of Sita Devi? What is that purport? Purport is that he never looks at the face of the woman. He has never looked at the face of Sita Devi. This is. Therefore, Kapladeva says, Pasyame balamaya Srimadja Jaino Disam. Jakaroti Parakrantam Bhuvijrumbhena Kevala. Only by one glance. Make it. Man may be very, very powerful, like Alexander the Great. But and this thing. Now he says that. I was victimized by the illusory energy and have become like a dancing dog led around by woman's hand. Now he realizes. Now he takes this strong determination. I won't be now entangled. I won't. won't be attracted to such woman and become a Joshi Kridamruga, a dancing dog by the hand of woman. That is taking that determination. One should have such determination, those who have come to this path of Krishna consciousness. And these women also, they are very tricky. They know so many arts to attract men. What do? They say, oh, you are a very nice, handsome person. Let me, will you kindly allow me to serve you, sir? To serve you, sir? Susrusa. I will serve you, sir. So you will be very pleased. Oh, she's a nice lady. She wants to serve me. All right, you are allowed. They knew. And under his clothes, her cloth. Susrusa. That's that. I might say, I may also narrate here Lord Shivaji's story. Lord Shiva, you see, his Mahajogi is a very controlled person also. He also destroyed, he burnt Kandarpa, Kubir. He was so angry. Still, he was captivated. Sati was the wife of Lord Shiva, who was daughter of Daksha Prajapati. Daksha Prajapati was performing a sacrifice, but he didn't invite Shivaji, his son-in-law, but he invited all his son-in-laws and all his daughters. But he didn't invite Shivaji. But this is woman's nature. Generally, they are very anxious to go to their parents' father's house. When Sati saw that all his sisters are going, then he requested Shivaji that I should go. Shivaji said, no, you should not. We have not been invited. But she insisted. Shivaji said, if you go, you must be put into danger. So don't go. But she didn't listen to it. She insisted to it. Then she went. And she went there. But nobody took interest. Rather, Daksha Prajapati, the father-in-law of Shivaji, he criticized Shivaji, which was very, very intolerable on the part of Sati. Shivaji is her husband and also a great devotee, Vaishnava Sambhu. She couldn't tolerate. Vaishnava, Shiva is a Vaishnava, Sati, his wife, is also a Vaishnavi. Vaishnava is tolerant. Taroriva Saisnuna, Mahaprabhu has said. Vaishnava, who is a pure devotee, Vaishnava, he must be a Taroriva Saisnuna. He must be more tolerant than a tree. Vaishnava can tolerate. But if Vaishnava hears this ninda, what do you say in English? Offenses, Guru ninda, Sadhu ninda, Shastru ninda. They can follow. Offenses against spiritual master, against the Lord, against Shastra, against Sadhu, he cannot tolerate. That is intolerable. If one is Vaishnava, listening to all these things can tolerate, he cannot be called a Vaishnava. He must be very angry. Yes. One should not be angry. The anger is an enemy, Krodha, Satru. Therefore, Vaishnava never gets angry. He tolerates. But he gets angry when he hears all this. If you hear someone defaming and the spiritual master or speaking ill of spiritual master or sadhu, shastra, Vaishnava, you should not tolerate. If a power, you should cut off his tongue. You should never utter. Such power. If you cannot do it, then what to do? Leave that place. Don't be there. Don't those things enter into the ear. To leave this place. If you won't do that, you should commit suicide. Die. It's better to die than hearing us. Out of three, one should be done. Do you follow? So Sati couldn't leave the place. Sati couldn't cut off the tongue of his father, her father. Dr. Prasad, so he committed suicide. Then her next birth was Parvati. He was born as Parvati, the daughter of Parvataraj, Himalaya. And she also underwent severe penance austerity to get Shivaji as her husband. And from that day, Shivaji also underwent great penance not to accept him. No, I will never accept. Shivaji was undergoing penance. Sati was also. Parvati was also. Such a thing was there. At that time, there was some menace from demon, Tarkasura. There was a demon named Tarkasura. He was attacking the heavenly planet, demigods. They were very much afraid. And Tarkasura, there was curse. If the sun will be burned by Shivaji's son, that is Kartikeya, only he would give you. That was it. So Shivaji is now determined not to accept a wife, and Sati Parvati was also undergoing tapasya to get accepted. She was her husband. So demigod sent this Kandarpa, Kupit. Kupit came, Kandarpa, you know, Kupit. He came with his wife Rati, and he has arrows, Poncho Puro Shoro. Yes, sir, that will hesitate. Passion. Attracted. Shivaji was meditating, closing his eyes, and when pierced by Kandarpa, Kupit's arrow, so passion got angry and opened his eyes hard, came out with that burnt glasses, that Kandarpa. Such a Shivaji was so powerful. Such a powerful. Demigod Shivaji, at last, he was also captivated by Parvati. Parvati every day used to come there, used to clean that place where Shivaji was meditating, and burn some incense, and pluck some flowers, nice scented flowers, put there, decorates those places, doing that service. Sususha. This is trick of the woman that approaches a man to entrap you. Sususha chore. Rendering, I will serve you. One devotee was asking me in that, we are going in Italy. He was a married person, brahmachari. He was brahmachari, but he was now married. So he was asking, if someone accepts wife, I was giving lecture. If you accept a wife, you must fulfill the demand of your wife. So these women have so many demands. So you are full. You should please them. They want children. And acceptance of wife means vivaya prodaya. No. If you marry, accept a wife, you must produce children. That is it. If you don't do it, you will put into trouble. Woman will put you into much trouble. You have hellish atmosphere. Cannot live. But he says, no, I don't want to produce children, but I have accepted the woman for the service. You are ignorant fool. Why you have accepted a woman for his service? If you don't want to produce children, it is better to remain brahmachari. Don't accept a wife. Why? That's not good. But this Vedic instruction, you accept a wife only to procreate progeny, pradaya, not for sexual pleasure. Pradaya means Krishna conscious children to produce. Not the children like pigs. Those are pigs too. Pig produces so many children. It's stool. Human beings should not produce children like pigs, so many. They should not be so lusty. So, this should be the restricted sense gratification. Restricted sense. Therefore, we have this instruction is there. No illicit sex life. You should not deal with the other woman, but you should cohabit with your married, wedded wife, the grihastha, but very, very restricted, once a month, only to procreate, present, not for sexual pleasure. Vivaya pradaya narthi. So you have to do it. If you are not interested in procreating for this, you should not have married. Why are you married? Huh? So that is the trick. So Shivaji, then they come and do some service, Sususha. But one who is an intelligent person, what would he do? Woman is coming and offering her service. He should not look at her. He should not accept that service. Bhagavad says, Trunabruta Kupo. There is a well. Kupo. Kupo means well. Well, you know, here are no wells, I think. We have wells there. We have water supply tap. But we have wells in India to fetch water. And Trunabruta Kupo. Trunabruta Kupo means the grass, the surface of the well is covered up with grass, soft grass. So who is an ignorant fool will find, oh, very soft grass, very soft. Let me sit here. Down in the well. it doesn't know that well has been covered up with soft grass. Similarly, this offering services of human. You don't know this thing now. Attracting you, putting you in a trap. You are accepting. So one who has intelligence, he will never look at her. Oh, it is a Trunabhuta Kupo. It is a well covered up with grass. I want to look at her. It could be like that. So with ignorant fool, you'll find, oh, very soft, sweet, very nice grasses. I'll say. So, when Parvati came of her services, they have bangles, they have nubos, so many. When the woman came, tingling, tingling voice is there. It's very sweet. So, Shivaji was in a trance, was meditating. Once, hearing the tingling, he opened his eyes. Parvati is there. Just looked at. So, in fact, such a great yogi, Shivaji, at last opened his eyes and looked at Parvati. So, Parvati, married? पश्चिमी बड़माया श्रीमद्या जैनो दिशां जाकरो ही पराक्रंतम भुविजृंभेण केवलम. You mother, you see the power of my illusory energy in the form of a woman. Just at one glance, if we can, he can entrap a very powerful king. So this is the power. Now he could do so. I was victimized by the illusory energy and have become like a dancing dog around a woman's hand. Just a Krida Murga, henpecked. We say henpecked. Those are under the clutches of women. What the woman will say? They will tell. Because they are so much attached to the sense, because they lust desires. Lust. They think this is an object of enjoyment. Human is an object of enjoyment. She has come to give me enjoyment. What enjoyment? Juha upastindriya, Jehovah. She has come to give me enjoyment to my palate. She will prepare nice food, dishes for you, for the husband, and feed you. Katham priyaya. Prahlad Maharaja said that. Katham priyaya. Parihaso, rongo, rahasyo. My beloved wife. Always laughs. She says so many nice words. Katham priyaya, anukampitaya, sangam rahasyan rudiransta mantran. How can I come to this path of Krishna consciousness? It's very difficult. Jiva and upasto indriyo. That means is giving pleasure to your jiva, to your palate. At night, upastha indriya means sex, sarga. So it is very difficult to give it up. It's very, very difficult to give it up. In 9th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, Jadati Maharaj says, Jatustajya durmati bhir dirjato janu dirjati tantra snang dukha nivaham sarma kama drutam teje. You see, Jadati Maharaj, a very powerful king, he married the daughter of Sukracharya. Her name is Devajani. You understand? Her name is Devajani. He married Sukracharya's daughter Devajani. Devajani had a maid servant. Her name was Sarmishtha. Once Jadati Maharaj was also attracted towards Sarmishtha. So she also kept Sarmishtha as his wife, kept wife. So generally the kings do, the Kshatriyas also do like that. So Devajani could know it. So Devajani told her father. So he cursed. Sukracharya cursed. The son-in-law Jadati. You become old, you become impotent. They can follow impotent. Napunshaka. That means you cannot have any sex connection. Napunshaka. You become. So he cursed. He became very old. Napunshaka. That happened. But at the same time, Devajani also lamented because Devajani saw if my husband is old and Napunsaka, how can I get some enjoyment? I couldn't get any enjoyment. So again he requested her father, no, it is a curse to me. It is a curse to me. So Sukracharya says, all right, that can be exchanged. If someone could take away his old age and give his youth to him, then he can enjoy. That can be exchanged. Sukracharya. So who took? At that time, Jadati had young, very youth sons, many sons. So he requested his sons, you son, will you kind take my old age and give your youth to me? I will enjoy. I said, no, I won't take. All denied. But his youngest son, Puru, he agreed. He gave. All right, I'll take up your old age. I'll give my youth. So he gave. Then he enjoyed Devajani hundreds of years. He enjoyed Devajani hundreds. Still it is not said yet. न जातु काम कामान उपभोगेन सम्यति अभिसा कुस्म वर्त्नेव भूयो एवाभिवर्तते. When he could understand, Krishna consciousness grew up, he could understand. Jadati Maharaj, then he spoke. न जातु काम कामान उपभोगेन सम्यति अभिसा कुस्म वर्त्नेव भूयो एवाभिवर्तते. If you give pleasure, enjoyment to your senses, the senses will not be satisfied at all. Will never be satisfied. If you give more enjoyment, they'll demand more. Give more, give more. They'll never be satisfied. If you pour ghee in the burning fire, fire will never be extinguished. Fire will never blazing and blazing and say, get more ghee, more ghee. The more you give enjoyment to your senses, they want more and more and more. They want more and more and more. Havisa kusvam patniva bhuyo ebhavivartate. Jatustyajya durmati virjityato jano jijyate tam krishnam dukha nivahan sarma kama dhrutam teje. Jadati Maharaj. This sex desire for sense gratification, sense enjoyment is so strong, it's very difficult to give it up. It's very difficult to give up this desire. But now he takes up in determination this Ajamla. Oh, no more. He takes up this. No more. I'll free myself from this illusion. I shall become a merciful, always in friend, all living and always absorb myself in Krishna consciousness. I'll never be entangled again. Strong. Maharaj says. Jadustya durmati virjityato janujijyati. Tantrasnang dukha nivahang sarma kama drutam tejet. It is very difficult to give up this desire. Man may become old, very, very old, akarmanya, is going to die. Jijyato janujijyati. He is in deathbed. He is going to die. Still he wants, I'll enjoy young God. Yes, desire is so strong. It's very difficult to give it up. Jajijyato janujijyati. Tantrasnang dukha nivahang sarma kama drutam tejet. If you really want pleasure and happiness, real pleasure, give it up immediately. Drutam tejet. Because this is the outcome of all misery. Yahi sasparja bhoga dukkha jono yayevate adyantavanta kaunteya nate suramate buddha. Krishna has said this thing in Bhagavad Gita. This is Krishna's instruction. Yahi sasparja bhoga dukkha jono yayevate adyantavanta kaunteya nate suramate buddha. Buddha means jnani, a learned person, self-realized person. He never runs after this sense gratification, sense pleasure. He knows it is not pleasure at all. It is fleeting pleasure, adyantamanta, temporary pleasure. Its consequence is misery, unlimited misery, dukkha dvanaya. He knows he is never after. And it's full, he is that. If you want real pleasure, drutam tejet, immediately give it up this. Then you will get real pleasure. Now, he says, this Adamila said, when he procreated, you see, his last child at the age of 80. Such a old man. Age of 80. He was dying at the age of 86. You understand? Adamila was dying at the age of 86. And the youngest son was 5 years old. So at the age of 80, he had his son. He was so much in love. Therefore, he says, I was victimized the illusion energy and become like a dancing dog. What the wife says, you please put me on your shoulder. All right, my darling, all right. Sit here. That's very nice. Because he is a dancing dog at the end of a woman. Where you met joke. Now he takes up strong defense. No more. So he had produced child at the age of 80. But one thing there. Swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahatto kya. Krishna says that in Srimad Govinda. Naho vikramana swasti pratyavaya no vidyate. Swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahatto bhaya. If you have done something very little in this regard, in this connection of Krishna consciousness, devotional service or bhakti, sadhu sangha, association with sadhus, that will save you from the greatest danger. That was his Sukruti. Because in his boyhood days, when he was studying Vedas, he had associated with sadhus, a very sadhu. Therefore, he named his younger son Narayana. See? He named. He put his name as Narayana, which is the name of the Lord. He might have put other name, Tom, baby, something like that. As you have so many names, nonsense names. It's not name of Lord. Bhagavan. So when you are initiated by spiritual master, he changes the name. Gives one of the name of the Lord. Haridasa, Govinda Dasa, Gopala Dasa. Like that. Or something of the name is serving. If you just remember that name, so indirectly you are remembering Krishna. That was his secret. So he had named his son as Narayana. So for the attachment to his son, when the Jamadutas came, the fearful looking, very horrible persons. So out of fear he called out, Narayana, Narayana, you please come. That Narayana is playing close to him. He called his son. As soon as he uttered the name of Narayana, immediately the Vishnudutas died. So, they said, by the utterance of this word, the Lord's name, all the reactions of his sinful activity destroyed. The crores of like 40 or more. Eko Krishna namo kore sarva papa kheyo. But our one Krishna name, it will destroy all sinful activities, sarva papa. You cannot commit such sins. It has such potency of destroying the sinful reactions. Name of Krishna. So he was free from this reaction of the sinful activities. He became liberated. Mang eva samutta kale varunja prayati sa madbhavundati nastyatra sansaya. Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, at the Antakale, at the time of death, if someone utters my name or thinks of me, he will come to me. There is no doubt at all. That is the perfection of life. Ha Krishna boli jau jiva. Let me die uttering Krishna. Let me die uttering Krishna. That is the perfection of life. Etavan sankhyajo swadharma parinishthaya janmalabha parapunsam ante narayana smriti. What is the perfection of life? It is stated in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Etavan sankhyajogan swadharma parinishthaya janmalabha parapunsam ante narayana smriti. Ante means at the time of death, antakala. If there is Narayana smriti, if you can remember Narayana, if you can utter his name, then you have achieved perfection. The perfection of life. Otherwise your life has not been, you have not achieved perfection. Your life is not. You may be a very sincere worker, doing your duty, do your duty, swadharma parinishthaya. With much sincerity you are doing your duty. You have Sankhya Alosana, you have studied Vedas, or Sankhya, you're discussing Sankhya, philosophy. So many things you might have done, but unless at the time of death, Antokal, you cannot utter the name of the Lord, Narayana Smriti, cannot remember Narayana, then your life is not successful. Ante Narayana Smriti. That he achieved success because he uttered Narayana. Though he didn't directly call Narayana Krishna, the Lord, he called his son, whatever it may be, he uttered the name of the Lord. Therefore, so Vishnu Dutas now protected him from the clutches of Jamadutas. That is, when he was free, then he could remember. Then he says, after that he says all these things. Previously he was not saying, he was not concerned. This is, he gives now, which has been caused by the Supreme. Now I shall disentangle myself from my material bondage which has been caused by the Supreme Personal Godhead's illusory energy in the form of man. No more. Now it takes up determination. Again, another, I shall give up all lusty desires. No. Further, I'll develop some lusty desires in my mind and free myself from this illusion. I'll become a merciful, well-wishing friend to all living entities and observe myself in this. No. He was dying, but he didn't die, you see. His lifespan is enhanced now. He didn't die. Now he could realize, he took up this determination. Now he would go to Haratva and he would undergo penance, austerity there, and would engage himself in the devotional service. What he says, observe myself in Krishna consciousness. That means practice bhakti now. Now we'll do sadhana. Now we'll do these things. Then the same Vishnu Dutas would come with Bhima, taking the way to home. Then we will achieve that thing. Now the question is here, when my Guru Maharaja said, this should be the standard of determination for all Krishna conscious persons. A Krishna conscious person should free himself from the clutches of Maya and should also be compassionate to all others suffering in those clutches. When you could realize, who is a realized soul, who is a pure devotee, he could see the suffering, real suffering, and his heart bleeds. Vaishnava para dukhe dukhi. Vaishnava sarva bhuta hite ratha. It is. One is a Vaishnava. Vaishnava means pure devotee. He laments if he sees the suffering of the conditioned soul. Whose heart beats? Whose heart? When you are coming, he was playing a tape of Prabhupada. Prabhupada was singing his song. Sada kameroto. I am always engaged in this lusty activities. Sada kameroto. It's not paradukhe dukhi. When I see someone is suffering, it gives me pleasure. Oh, all I see is suffering. That's very right. He's never feeling distress, but Vaishnava feels. This is state condition of this ignorant fools, those have developed this dehatma buddhi. When you come to the pure path of this devotional service, path of pure devotional service, you can understand, you can realize. Vimudha nanupasyanti pasyanti jnana chakshusa. At that time, when endowed with an eye, that is jnana chakshu, spiritual vision, that vision you can see. But vimudha nanupasyanti, ignorant fools, those vision is covered up by illusory energy. They have covered vision. Those who are not devotees, Vaishnavas, pure devotees, they have covered vision. They cannot see. You take the example of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj could see the Lord in the pillar. Whereas his father Hiranyakasipu, great demon, was conquered 3 worlds, very powerful. Could he see? Could he see? He couldn't see. Lord is there. Lord is all pervasive. He is everywhere. But the devotee sees. Whereas these ignorant fools, they cannot see. Because they have covered vision. Maya has covered their vision. The devotee's vision is not covered. Premanjana surito bhakti vilotanena santa sadaiva hrudesu vilokayanti. Jasyama sundaram achintya guna sarupam govindam adi purusam stamam vaja. Brahma Samhita. He sees. What is his vision? Premanjana surito bhakti vilotane. He has bhakti chakshu, the eye of devotion. He has put this ointment of Krishna prem in his eye. Premanjana surito bhakti vilotane. Santa sadaiva hrudesu vilokayanti. That Santa, that devotee, sees everywhere and always Syama Sundara Rupa. Kandarpa Koti Kamani Abhisesa Soham. Such a beautiful form of the Lord. How beautiful is he? Koti Kandarpa. Cross of Kupit. The beauty of cross of Kupit will not be compared. Surpasses. Such a beautiful. If you could see such beauty, will you look at his woman? Is there any beauty? Spitting. No attraction will be there. So could see such beauty. Who is attracted to Lord Krishna, Jagannath? Such beautiful form. How can be attracted to such nasty things? All abominable. Obnoxious. Those who have covered vision, they cannot. So you should develop that thing. That my Guru Maharaj says. You should take up this strong determination. 3 things are there. Make you, if you want real advancement in this path of Krishna consciousness, bhakti, paramarthika, potho, all should take up this. 3 things are there. Saralata, drudhata, oikantikata. Can they follow? Saralata means simplicity in English. Drudhata, strong determination. Oikantikata, unalloyedness. Now they can follow. They follow? So I utter these words. Saralata, drudhata, oikantikata. So, is it difficult on your part to understand now? Tell me. Can follow. Simplicity, strong determination, and unalloyedness. Sarvata, dhrota, 3 things are required. If you want, if you're serious to make advancement in this path of Krishna consciousness, the path of devotion, no such thing you cannot make any advance. You should take it serious. Most important, three things are. They are simple as a child. Simple child. Sarala. Vaishnava is Sarala. That is Vaishnavata. Saralata is Vaishnavata. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami says, Saralata is Vaishnavata. Simplicity, that is the quality of a Vaishnava. It is better to remain in the species of animals and birds, but don't become a crooked man. Don't cherish this kapatata. Kapatata, crookedness. Or what do you say in English? Correct? Yes. Because I have difficulty in expressing things in English. I am accustomed to expressing in Sanskrit. So I may be excused. I have for first time come to this Western country. I have to speak in English. I was not speaking in English. So I may be excused. But you should try to understand me, and you should try to learn the Sanskrit, as I said in the beginning. Then you could really taste this nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Saralata, Druhata, and Aikantikata, three things are. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur says, it is better to remain in the species of birds, animals, lower animals, but don't be a cricket. Don't cherish couple. Salatai Vaishnava. Vaishnava is then Druhata, strong determination. That is most important here. Ajamila took up this determination. No more entanglement. I'll free myself completely from this illusion. Energy now I will absorb myself in Krishna consciousness and be merciful to all living entities, always a friend of all living entities, and always absorb myself in Krishna consciousness. This determination must be there. One should not deviate from this. You should allow such a state or situation that will break your determination. You will be very cautious. Then comes unalloyedness, aikantika. One should have this unalloyed devotion, aikantika bhakti. Unalloyed devotion to the Lord, unalloyed devotion to the spiritual master. You see, I'll say one thing in this respect. Lord Rama, Lord Krishna. There are some devotees of Lord Rama, there are some devotees of Lord Krishna. So, those who are devotees of Lord Krishna, they are not attracted to Rama. Those who are devotees of Lord Rama, they are not attracted to Krishna. Once, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Murari Gupta. Have you heard the name of Murari Gupta? In Chaitanya Charitamrita? Murari Gupta, the devotee of Lord Chaitanya. He was Hanuman, the incarnation of Hanuman, Murari Gupta. He is the Ram Bhakta. He is a devotee of Ram. Once Mahaprabhu wanted to test him how far he has developed unalloyed devotion towards Lord Ramchandra. Once Mahaprabhu, out of fun, in order to test him, told Murari, you should do Krishna bhajan. Krishna is Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Sobham. You see, Koti Kandarpa Rupa Krishna, Rupa, the form of Krishna. Such beautiful. And also, Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Ramadi Murti Sukala Niyamanatishtan Nana Avataranga Karod Bhuvanesu Kindu Krishna Swam Samabhavat Parampu Manjo Govindam Adi Purusam Stamam Bhadani. It is in Brahmasita. Rama, Nrsinga, Brahman, Skola Niyamanatishtan. Is Skola of Krishna. The answer, expansion and expansion. Skola. That you can understand these terms. I request you should understand these terms. These words. Then you can really release the nectar. So, you do Krishna bhajan. Mahaprabhu told Murari. Murari was a strong devotee of Lord Ramchandra. When Mahaprabhu told, Murari couldn't say anything else, all right, as Arjuna says, sorry, say vatanam, I'll obey. What do you say? The Murari says, all right, I'll do. When you are saying, I'll do. So Murari went home. At night, he tried to meditate upon Krishna and to give up Ram meditation. But he couldn't. He couldn't. Because devotee unalloyed, he has developed unalloyed devotion towards Lord Ram. He felt and he cried, lamented, oh Mahaprabhu said this thing, but I couldn't do it. What shall I do? Let me die. Let me die. Because I couldn't obey. I couldn't keep up the words of Lord Chaitanya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in the morning, crying, very moral, went to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, Mahaprabhu, I couldn't keep up your word. I couldn't give up this Ram meditation in my heart and soul. I have developed that thing. You ordered me, you told me, but I can do. Now please, give me permission, I will die. Mahaprabhu was very glad. Oh, that's all right. Why you give up? Why you give up? Lord Ram, you should not give up. Mahaprabhu was testing how he has developed unalloyed devotion to Lord Ram. This is Oikantikata. Are they following my point? Do you follow my point? What I'm saying? Huh? Oikantikata. I was explaining Oikantikata. Huh? Unalloyed left. Treating. This will help you. That to make advancement in this path of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise you won't make it. Mahaprabhu was pleased. Mahaprabhu said, oh, Sakshat Hanuman Tumi. You are Hanuman. Why you give up Lord Ram? What Lord Hanuman says? Hanuman says, you see, you take the statement of Lord Hanuman. Once when there was a Kurukshetra Juddha fighting, Lord Krishna sent himself. You go to Hanuman and tell him that he would come here to this and help in this Kurukshetra Juddha. Fight better. So Hanuman, I would say Bhimasen went there and met Hanuman and told Krishna has said, you please come and help in this battle of Kurukshetra. Hanuman says, oh, who is that Krishna? I don't know. My Lord is Lord Ram. Unless he says I am. So Bhimsen returned and told Krishna, he refused to come. He says he doesn't know you. You are ignorant fool. Why don't you say Lord Ramchandra says? Go, tell him again. So again, he says, Lord Ramchandra says, you please come. Oh, my Lord says, all right, I'll go. So he immediately came. And he saw Ramchandra. There's no difference. Is there any difference to Lord Ram and Krishna in absolute vision? There's no absolute vision. Tattva drushti. There's no difference. He says, Hanuman says, Srinathe Janakinathe Abheda Paramatmani Mama Jivana Sarvasya Rama Rajiva Lochana. He says, Srinathe Janakinathe Abheda Paramatmani. Srinatha. Srinath, husband of the goddess of fortune. Lakshmi Kanta is Krishna. Janakinatha, husband of Janaki, Sita Devi, is Lord Rama. Abheda. There is no difference. You follow the verse I utter? Srinathe Janakinathe Abheda Paramatmani. Both are Paramatma. Do you follow? So there is no difference. But Mama Jivana Sarvasya Rama Rajiva Lochana. But my heart and soul is Rama Rajiva Lochana. I am attracted to you in that form. This is Oikantikata. Do you follow? Unalloyedness. Three things. Where? Sarvata, Gudhata, Oikantikata. Simplicity, strong determination, and unalloyedness. Then you can make advancement in this path. Otherwise, you cannot. You understand? That is the key. Similar the case of spiritual master. As Krishna is one, and this spiritual master, Guru is one. Many different forms. Your Guru, my Guru is Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, his Guru is Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. Your Guru, Harike Swami Maharaj. Someone's Guru may be different. So one may say, why do I attract? I will worship. I mind you. I will worship. But there's no difference. Srinath Janakinath Abheda Paramatmani. There's no difference. Srinath and Janakinath. But Mama Jivana Sarvasva Ramaraj Golochal. In Tattva Drushti, absolute vision, they are non-different. One, but I'm attracted to that form. Not a fact that I will disrespect the other. No, that's not. It's equally worshipable. Equally worshipable. But my heart has been attracted. You follow my point? All of you? This is most important thing. If you are serious enough to make advancement in this path of Krishna consciousness, Paramarthika, Marga, you should do this. Another point, thing I will just say and conclude my because I have so many work to do and things. So, another thing, his point is that this urge, this attraction towards illusion energy, especially the urge of this sex desire, is so great. As I say, that is very difficult to give it up. How can we give it up? Therefore, we see so many stalwarts they are falling down. You take the example of Vishwamitra Muni. For 60,000 years, he did severe austerity, penance, and strict brahmacharya. He practiced. Still, he was attracted to men. What is his case? What is your case? Have you any strength? You have no strength. Take the case of Saubhari Muni. Saubhari Muni. How he was attracted. What is our? We are insignificant. We have no strength. We are very easily trapped. But you take the case of Haridas Thakur, unalloyed devotion, how he has developed. Was he attracted towards a prostitute, attracted towards Maya Devi? Himself came Maya Devi, a beautiful maiden. Attract Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was living in a cave. He was a young man in a solitary place. He was living at midnight. End of night she came. Maya Devi came in beautiful maiden and lamented. Oh, Vaishnava Thakur, Ami bada dukhi. Vaishnava Thakur, because Vaishnava is, as says, become merciful, well-wishing friend to all living. Vancha kalpataru bhesta krupa sindhu bevasta patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo naman nama, we say. Vaishnava is Vancha kalpataru. Desire tree. If someone expresses desire, he fulfills. That is Vaishnava. You follow? So, Maya Devi came in the form of a beautiful maiden and said, I am a very, very unhappy person. I am feeling much pain. You please relieve me from that pain. What is that pain? Oh, this is Kamopida. I am a young maiden, you see, Juvati, and this Kandar Pakupid gives me pain. Kamopida, please relieve me. He expresses this desire. So Vaishnava's duty is that, all right, I will fulfill your desire. Yes, I will fulfill. Because be merciful too. Become merciful. Well-wishing friend to all living entities. If I see someone is suffering, I must mitigate his suffering. So what did the young man, dead of night, solitary place, you should have attracted very easily. We should have, not you. I am a young old man. Still I have that I am attracted. Because we are conditioned. So it's very difficult to withstand this attraction. All right, I'll do. But I have one condition. My Guru Maharaj has said to chant this number of names. First I will finish, then I will fulfill it. Please sit there outside the cottage. Let me finish. Then I will sit. He chanted. You are chanting 3 lakhs of names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Whole night you are singing. Night ended, daybreak. What to do? Please excuse. I cannot finish. Please come tomorrow. He was not right. For 3 days, same thing. Yes, he tried. He displayed so many tricks to entrap, to attract. Haridas Thakur, but he was not attracted. He was chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Because he had this determination. No more doubt. He takes up this determination. No more entanglement. I will disentangle myself. Strong determination. He tries to break my determination. This lady tries to break my determination. Oh, but it will not be broken. This is strong determination. 3 days. At last, he defeated. He was victorious. Whereas, Saubhari Muni, Vishwamitra Muni, they were defeated by Maya. Maya was. Yes, this is lesson we should take. We should have this determination, should not be attracted. And how he stand? Because the force of chanting pure name, unalloyed devotion, aikantikata. विधि धर्म छाड़ी भजे कृष्णेर चरण निषिद्ध पापाचारे तार कबू नय मन अज्ञाने হয় যদি পাপ উপস্থিত কৃষ্ণ তারে ক্ষমা করে ন করায় প্রায় বিধি ধর্ম ছাড়ি ভজে কৃষ্ণের চরণ নিষিদ্ধ পাপাচারে তার কবু নয় मन one who has developed this unalloyed devotion chanting inoffenselessly Suddha Nam, always observe, as he says. I will observe myself in Krishna. Every moment, always observe in Krishna. No deviation, without deviation. One who is such absorption, without deviation, chanting, Bhaddas Thakur was doing that thing. Vidhi dharma chari bhaje Krishna sarana, nisiddho papacare taro kabhu noy mana. Thought of pap will never enter into this speaker. Because Krishna, manmana bhava mad bhakta mad jaji mang namaskuru, mangaresya satyam te pratijane piyosine. This is the most confidential instruction in Bhagavad Gita. Guhyatam upadesh. Think of me always without deviation. Don't forget. Manmana. Keep myself. Krishna says, keep Krishna always in your mind. That is mind's business. What is the mind's activity? Tell me, what's the mind's activity? Thinking, feeling well. We say in Sanskrit, sankalpa vikalpa. You understand? Sankalpa vikalpa. Sankalpa means desiring. You understand? Thinking, desiring, thought. Mind cannot be free from any thought. Must be some thought. But Krishna says, think of me. Only think of me. No other thought. Don't allow any other thought enter into your mind. That is to conquer mind. That is to conquer mind. Mono joy. So, Bhaddas Thakur was always thinking of changing. No. Vidhi dharma chari bhaje Krishna taranam nisiddho papacara taro kahu noy mana. So, the thinking of pap, sinful attraction, the attraction of this Maya will never enter. অজ্ঞানে বা হয় যদি পাপ উপস্থিত কৃষ্ণ তারে ক্ষমা করে ন করায় প্রায় if unconsciously অজ্ঞানে he has no desire who has developed this unalloyed devotion pure devotion this avidya ignorance I was first telling of this avidya out of ignorance the person thinks this body is self that's what the avidya the ignorance is completely destroyed avidya na the seed bija the seed of sinful activity is avidya. You follow? Avidya means ignorance. Ignorance is the seed of the sinful activity. Papa bija. If the bija, the seed is destroyed, how there will be germination? If you fry the seed and put it into earth, will it germinate? Will it germinate? No. Because it's destroyed. The seed is destroyed. There's no germination. So seed of the sinful activity is avidya. When that avidya is completely destroyed, the avidya is destroyed by this process only. by developing unalloyed devotion, Shuddha Bhakti, then there is no question of material attraction, of material force, no sinful activity, no question of thinking of sin, committing sin. That is per se.